They think they will lose in the Super Bowl to Aaron Rodgers. And Joshy, with not an ounce of hyperbole, said that would be the worst day of his life.
Someone left the door open.
You left the door open?
I was cooking and I came in to get the spatula.
And Joshy, I believe you were once held up at gunpoint. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure was. Yeah. That'd be a walk in the park in comparison. I've staked my whole reputation on this. I can't have him winning Super Bowls without the Packers.
I want a minute.
I left the door open because I was going to bring the spatula right back.
Wait, you left the lock open or the door open?
The door.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride and she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing.
It's one of those days on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy where I strongly suggest you run to the stream. Run to the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube stream, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, take Delta Airlines if you can, all right? Take a horse, whatever you need to do to get to the YouTube stream here on ESPN Milwaukee, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. The YouTube stream is at our ESPN Milwaukee page. And here's why. Our buddy Gabe Neitzel is raising money for the MAC Fund. Does it every single year. He'll be playing his 100 holes. Was supposed to be doing it today, but holy moly, it's raining cats and dogs out there. So smart move by Gabe and company to move it to next week. But yesterday he was on KBN, and the guys were coming up with creative ways to raise some money for the MAC Fund. And it sounds like the guys, Ben Brust, not Kyle Wallace, but wow, my brain just went dead. Brad
Nortman.
Thank you.
And Alex Strofe.
And Alex Strofe are going to shave their heads.
Ugh.
Well, already one of them, buzz cut. Just like, the traditional Badger buzz cut. So we actually did that yesterday on the air for Brad. Shout out to Tony Cartagena, TC, executive producer of the Thanalysis show. He went over to Walgreens, but all he could find over there was a beard trimmer. So it took him like 25 minutes to buzz Brad's hair down with a beard trimmer.
Is that a real thing?
Is what a real thing?
What'd you call it, Gabe? The Badger cut?
Like the Badger buzz cut?
So that's a typical Wisconsin haircut?
It was for that specific team and group of guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because a lot of people have that hairdo in Wisconsin.
So now that we've given folks adequate time to fire up their computers, pull up the old stream on YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee, Gabe also did something. Chewy, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Gabe, come on down.
Oh, you look so much better. You look so much better. You look so much better. Thank you.
I knew he would be the one to go the other way. Josh literally, when he first saw me, cackled.
Laughed in his face.
Cackled.
You look so much better. I am the George Steinbrenner of radio. Okay? Joshy, follow suit, please. Beards are hideous.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you think it looks good, pal, because, well, my wife does not.
I think you look great.
He looks like a totally different person.
Looks
I
so
haven't
much
even
younger.
made eye contact with him
No,
yet
she
this
has
morning.
not been able to.
Just staring straight ahead into the glass for Joshy. Wow, your wife hates it, huh?
Well, yeah, so she was standing outside the door because she knew this morning when, I went in, I told her everything that happened yesterday. Hey, I'm going to have to shave it off. And, I wanted to trim it, then take a shower, and then use I haven't used a shaving cream and a razor in a decade.
Did you have some?
I didn't. I had to pick some up on the way home yesterday.
You have good cheeks. I didn't realize you had such good cheeks. No, really, Jen. I'm serious.
Cheeks, brother?
So I walk out of the bathroom, and my wife is, she's very quiet. She keeps to herself. She's not a good poker player. Her eyes give away everything. And I could tell immediately that she hated it.
I think you look great.
Absolutely hated it. And then when I went to go give her a kiss goodbye before I left to come to the show, she makes a look after I kissed her. I go, what? She goes, I don't know if I can kiss you for a while. It feels weird. So This is.
Has she known you as a clean-shaven person?
So we were friends. Like I knew her for a while before we started dating. So I first met her in 2013. I was still living in Madison. Like I came in to visit some pals in Milwaukee, and she was here when I met her for the first time. So I was clean shaven then. But again, like I've had a beard in some form or fashion for 10 years.
I've seen you in pictures without a beard, but in person, as long as I've known you, I'm approaching my 10th year at Good Karma Brands, you've always had a beard.
It feels like I'm watching a movie where somebody has dubbed in a voice. Like,
AI, Gabe?
Like, the one actor got fired.
Yeah.
They brought in a new actor, but they wanted to keep the voice consistent, and so here we are. Wow, this is going to take some getting used to. He looks so different. If you have not yet gone over to the YouTube stream, you got to take a look at Gabe's new face.
I guarantee your mother loves it.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out if she's happens to be watching on the YouTube stream.
Jen, are you beard or anti-beard?
I like a beard.
Oh, my wife is. Yeah.
When,
nothing.
Well, hold on. I want to be clear. When Dario starts to get a little scruff going, he's got a few days off of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, I find it very attractive.
Ugh. I had that goatee. I had that goatee one time for the Super Bowl.
You guys all had
Brett,
the goatees.
Yeah, me, Brett, and Frank agreed to do that, and it was the worst month of my life.
Yeah, but a goatee is a very specific facial hair. Like, there's a lot of. I feel like a goatee has a certain like je ne sais quoi that goes along with it, right?
Sure.
Like you're goateeing, as opposed to like a beard where there's just a different vibe. Like, look, I don't want to speak for all women. I'll speak for myself. Like, there's a manliness, there's a masculinity, there's a that goes along with a beard. Josh, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So
I'll take big traps.
2 years ago, when we were doing the Mac Fund stuff, and I ended up with 2 tattoos on my arm, my initial offer was to shave my beard, and that was Mussolini roundly dismissed that and told me absolutely not. So I just then ended up with permanent tattoos instead because she was so anti me being clean shaven.
Well, when
All right, question for you.
Yeah.
What's the equivalent for women? A perm?
Haircut. It's got to be a haircut, right? Like,
Short hair? Short hair.
Yeah, maybe like a pixie cut.
no, because like I mean,
The classic Bob.
I guess it depends upon how long it's going. Like, I had no problem doing this because in 2 months it's going to grow back, right? Like, so we would have never had Kyle been on the show yesterday. Like, we would have never even dreamed of asking Kyle to say, "Hey, buzz your head, bud." Like everybody else is doing it. Like that's just something completely different. So we wouldn't have asked him to do that because that's going to take longer than 2 months for his hair that he's been working on for probably the better part of his life at this point, to grow back. So then like I'll deal with the weird looks. I'll deal with Jen not being able to make eye contact with me.
Can't do it. Can't do it. My brain does not compute is what's happening right now. Again, it seems because I've seen you for so long with the beard.
Yeah,
Now my brain is like, I don't know who that is.
No. See, and honestly, I was worried because I've seen like videos online of people shaving their beards, and then like their dog doesn't even know who they are.
And
luckily, Bubba still loves me.
Okay.
Shout out, Bubs.
Yeah. Shout out to Bubba.
So you guys think that beards, like women like beards? I mean, Chew, you were saying Angie does not. Do you think more women like a beard or a facial hair on their men?
Again,
Mussolini obviously does.
I was waiting for him to react. I think it's generational largely. Obviously, everyone has differing opinions, but it seems like people more my age are more fond of the beard, and I don't know if that is what that is or how that came up, but beards are both popular amongst men, and it seems like more women also are a fan of at least some sort of facial hair.
Well, I can tell you this. There's more beards up north than there are. Very few people have beards down here.
Well,
I don't know, because it's so hot.
Well, because they're all old people.
Yeah, they're ancient.
No, but I'm talking like kids.
Our
Dyson
beards
will have a beard every now and then. He looks better when he shaves it. Dylan never. The other, well, Angie is Italian.
Yeah, of course. I gotta shave
doesn't
my
like the
face. I don't
beard.
know what we're doing here. I gotta shave my face. Now I shave my face so that the makeup that I have to wear for television sits on my skin, as opposed to the peach fuzz. It's a whole 4K.
Oh.
The more high tech the cameras get, the more
Yeah.
you have to
Well,
be.
I mean, your game day, you guys got the best of the best.
Would you
Fair.
chop your hair off, Jen?
So I got to be honest with you guys. I hate my hair. It's
Really?
just not. Yeah, unless I have it professionally done, it's just not like television friendly. It's frizzy. It doesn't like to follow orders. Oh, what a shock! My hair doesn't like to follow orders. Just falls in line. But like yesterday, I'm doing this feature shoot, right? And I'm sitting across from the young lady who we're interviewing for our feature. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hair. Should I just pull it back into a ponytail? Like, it just doesn't lay nice. So it's very frustrating for me to be on television when I don't have a professional hair artist who can do my hair, to have to like be on TV. So I've always been like, it would be easier, this is the way I was going with this, to shave my head. Just shave it off. Just shave it. Make it short. Keep it short.
What movie was that from the 90s?
G.I. Jane. Yes.
I thought you were going to say Mad Max.
She also had her head shaved. That's true, Chewy.
Yeah.
To our lady listeners out there, do you have a preference, beard or no beard? Are you a clean-shaven gal, or do you prefer your men to have a little hair on their face? Let us know, 800-990-3776. Let's dive into the pool of comments, shall we?
Yeah.
I know I'm not a lady, but I want to get it out there. I prefer my Gabe with a beard. I just want that on the record.
You just want that on the record before we go any further. Okay. I appreciate the comments.
I feel similarly, for what it's worth. Kevin says, who's the guy on the right that sounds like Gabe? Dave from Aaron says, there's an imposter on the show this morning. Daniel says, I did offer you guys yesterday to donate another $500 so you didn't have to shave, Gabe. Is that true? Daniel offered another $500 so you didn't have to shave?
I might have missed that text.
I was not in control of the talk and text line. I was unaware of this offer. I mean, it's too late now, obviously.
No going back.
You know, I mean, I can't. I mean, I guess I could try to paste it back on when I go home, but I was unaware of that. I don't know if Ben just, Gabe said he would do it, so he'd hold me to it, but I have no problem, standing in unison with the other three guys who are getting their heads buzzed.
Ashton Rotman weighing in saying, oh, dear God. Thank you, Ashy. But Marching Coffee says, way better. Chewy's right.
Yeah.
Are there people out there who think that Gabe looks way better with his beard shaved off? Chris is saying, Joshy, can we get a side-by-side screenshot of Gabe yesterday versus today? I think we should vote on that. Does Gabe look way better without the beard?
I'm going to just put on the poll, how do you prefer your Gabe, beard or no beard? And then we'll see. We'll let the people speak.
This is fantastic. Mr. 36 says, bro, I can't even look at you. I'm sorry.
Either can Jen, so you're not alone there.
Chef Ed weighing in saying, oh, my gosh, I want the bearded Gabe back.
Yeah.
Grow it back immediately.
And look, I mean, I'm trying as hard as I can, right?
It would be funny if you just started having different takes now. You shave your beard and you have different opinions now. I think that
honestly, I'm a little worried. Like, how much is my life going to change? In the last 10 years, a lot of good things have happened to me, Josh.
You should also make a lot of wild predictions, and if they're wrong, you can just blame No Beard Gabe.
That's fair. I like that idea. Wasn't me. Wasn't sound, mind, and body and beard. This says, Gabe, you might have to go get a fake beard until yours grows back.
All right, so we've got two so far who say I look better without it. Chewy and
Marching Coffee.
And there we go. We got two.
We'll put it on the poll. How do you like your Gabe? Beard or no beard? It is a different look. By the end of the show, I promise I'll be able to make eye contact with Gabe again. But it is.
I'm just hoping by the end of the week.
It is different. It is different. Jason Wilde's coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll ask him. You think Jason can catch the stream? Jason can take a gander at our new Gabe?
Sure
I can send him a little warning here. Say, hey, just take a peek.
Send him a little screenshot. All right, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on. Lots of stuff to get to. Jason Wilde's coming up next.
Your team, your state, your teams, your ESPN. It's the brand new ESPN Wisconsin app, a customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your show is at the touch of a fingertip. The ESPN Wisconsin app is available in Apple and Android app stores. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we had an earlier accident on 175 southbound, south of the freeway. That's been cleared up, but now we've got 175 southbound at State Street with the left lane blocked, so that's going to be tying things up there. Another accident northbound 41 at Appleton Avenue off on the right shoulder. Doesn't seem to be causing too much of an issue there. We are seeing delays, though, northbound from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Hampton. On the southbound side, slowing from just before Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive, and then northbound 43 backing up from Fond du Lac up to Keith. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Visit any of their 6 locations in the Milwaukee market today. Try your first wash free when you sign up online at tsunamiexpress.com. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Rain likely, especially early, a high of 52. Tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance for a shower, a low of 43. Weather is brought to you by Avondale Roofing. It's baseball season. Don't let a leaky roof strike you out. Hit a home run with Avondale Roofing, Wisconsin's top choice for quality and protection. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Place Midwest Pale Ale, grab some food and hang with the crew. Stick around for Under the Bridge Thursdays with live local bands, food trucks, and good vibes. Not drinking? Try Headspace Sparkling Water by Third Space, infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Catch ESPN Milwaukee live at Third Space Brewing just west of downtown Milwaukee on Friday, May 2nd.
If you're a motorist of the four-wheel variety, please watch out for those of us in Wisconsin who do their traveling on 2 wheels. Adjust your mirrors to reduce your blind spots. Allow motorcyclists a full lane width. Use your turn signal when merging or changing lanes. And allow more following distance between you and the motorcycle. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Ready? Down! All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Reaction to baby-faced Gabe is coming in fast and furious on the Carbless Talkin' text line, 800-990-3776. Less is more. We will get to that reaction as the show goes on, but do not be alarmed if you happen to swing over to the YouTube stream and see what looks to be an imposter, a substitute sitting in Gabe's chair. It is actually Gabe Neitzel. Jason Wilde has known Gabe for, I want to probably decades at this point. And that's how long you've been working for the network, for the company.
I mean, I probably met Jason for the first time in probably like 2009, 2010, something like that.
Were you babyface Gabe when you met him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jason,
Nickname.
What do you think?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I think it was earlier, Gabe. I think it was like maybe 06.
Okay.
Because I started doing stuff for GKB long before I was a full-time teammate. Look, I'm not here to tell anyone how to do their job. But if you want to get people to tune in to a video stream,
this is the way.
And the tease is, what the hell happened to Gabe's face? I'll be honest. You know, Josh, he sent me a picture and he was filling me in. I'm like, no, I didn't tell him because I was saving it for on the air. But I'm like, no, you don't have to tell me. I've been watching because if you're gonna ask me to watch by saying what the hell happened to Gabe's face, I get alerts from Twitter when you guys go live, and I was like, well, this I got to check out. Now, the good news is that this is very different than Brett Favre asking me, what the hell happened to your face in Chicago in 1999. This is a good, baby-faced, wholesome Gabe story, as opposed to in 99 when those guys were playing the Bears. And I go down there, and Tom Mulhern, my mentor, was on the trip, and Tom Oates, and I developed a staph infection in my cheek. And so during the course of the night, to use like ball terms, it started out as like maybe a marble, and then when I woke up, it was like a golf ball, and by the time I got to the stadium, it was like I was eating a tennis ball. I mean, I look like the Elephant Man. And people were saying, Jason, what the hell happened to your face? In fact, Bob Harlan saw me, because you remember, Chewy, you guys used to stay in that Weston by the Hancock Tower,
Michigan,
right?
off of Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan Avenue, yep. And so Bob Harlan, the kindest man I've ever known, him and Dick Bennett are kind of 1-2 on that category, sees me in the lobby before we're leaving for the stadium. He's like, Jason, are you okay? What? I said, I think I have some sort of infection. He's like, we got to get the docs to take a look at you. So I get to the stadium and they bring me down. It's the only time I think a reporter's ever been in the locker room before a game, because Dr. Gray and Dr. McKenzie are looking at me, and the pressure is building up in my face, and I was hoping that they could like just drain it. And Doc Gray's like, look, I don't think I can do that. I think you should go to a hospital. I said, well, I can't not cover the game. It was my first year as our primary beat writer. So I cover the game. I'm in excruciating pain the whole game. I go down after the game for press conferences. I've got like an old purple, I remember this clear as day, I had my old purple Columbia jacket. I used to have it's like one of those ski jackets. And it was, and I tried to have the collar up high enough so no one could see my face. And I asked Favre a question, and the whole room goes silent as he says, Jason, what the hell happened to your face? And everyone turns and looks at me like 100 people are staring at me in the room. And I'm like, I think I've got an infection. Doc Gray said I need to go to the hospital when I'm done here. And he's like, I thought you got into a fight last night or something. So then the epilogue to that is, so Tom Mulhern drives me to UW Hospital in Madison on our way back after I get done writing, of course. And I spent like 3 days in the hospital, and it took them that long to get the infection out. And I remember when the doctors finally lanced it, they said, that was an impressive amount. And I said, thank you. And they said, no, we don't mean it impressive that way. It means a lot. But they said that if Doc Gray had lanced it in the locker room to relieve the pressure in my face, I probably would have died because it would have gotten into my bloodstream, and I wouldn't have gone to the hospital quickly enough. So when you say, what the hell happened to Gabe's face, there is a domino effect that begins with me watching the show and ends with me thinking, oh, my God, 26 years ago, someone asked me the same question, and it was Brett Favre. All right, sorry. Didn't mean to take over the show.
Jason, they picked up the option on Wyatt. What are they going to do with Quay?
Such a great segue. Very smooth. Look, they want Quay Walker on their team. I mean, Goody said it multiple times. Now, there was, and I'm forgetting his name now, so I know Josh, you'll help me out here. Baltimore yesterday picked up the fifth-year option. Yes, Lindenbaum. And they want to sign him to an extension. Now, I saved this for today since I didn't want to write it in yesterday's story about Wyatt. I wanted to focus on Wyatt. But, look, usually when the Packers don't pick up a fifth-year option, it's because they have no intention of keeping that guy. And if he somehow plays well during his walk year, then they will. But, like, Eric Stokes, Dayton Jones, Derek Sherrod, like, they didn't pick up those options because they knew that those were misses as picks, right? In Nick Perry's case, they didn't pick it up, and then he had, like, his only great season in a Packers uniform and earned himself a big extension. From what Goody has told us, in Quay's case, they want Quay long-term. They believe he's turned a corner. I agree. I thought he really had turned a corner. If you look at those Miami and San Francisco games last year, I thought he was really starting to become the player they were hoping him to be. I'm not saying he was Brian Urlacher, but he was starting to look like a guy that you want on your team long term. So that's what Goody has said, but that guaranteed number for 2026 is a bigger number than they want to pay. And so that leaves them with two options. They can give him the fifth-year option and then work on replacing it with an extension, or they can say, okay, we're going to decline it, but it doesn't mean we're declining you. And they've got until, I think, close of business today, like 3 o'clock Central, to make that call.
Jason, with the Jaire Alexander saga continuing, obviously a part of that is him agreeing to some sort of restructured contract. But in order for this to actually work, does there also need to be a reconciliation between him and the coaching staff?
Yeah, probably, right? I mean, look, can you tell how exhausted I am by this story?
Oh, yeah. And it just refuses to go away.
It does. And there's part of me that's thinking, too, like, if I'm one of the other teams that might be interested in him, now's the time to make the trade, right? Because now you can make it a conditional draft pick. And you can say, you can tie it to the number of games he plays and everything else. And so, look, I again don't know how this is going to end. But, yeah, if there is going to be a reconciliation, and I don't know who Rob talked to that led him to his report earlier this week about everything being on the table, trade, cut, or a reconciliation and him staying. I'm sure it is a very reliable source. I've said this 100 times. Coaches in the building, including the head coach, believe the guy can still play. And the conversation that I had about, he's still a really, really good player, Jason. Yeah, when he plays, insert name of coach here, who I'm not going to say. And that, to me, that's the reality, right? And if they're willing to roll the dice one more time, I think this becomes the old George Bush-ism, right? Which is, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. You shouldn't fool people. Because I don't think I don't know how you can go into the season and say, all right, well, he's going to be a 15-game starter for us this year. He's going to play at a Pro Bowl, all-pro level again. Hey, God bless them if they do, because I'm not trying to run them out of town. But I just, the frustration with him was so palpable last year. I will say this: the one guy who never publicly showed frustration. Now, he only talked to us once a week, but was Jeff Halfley. But we agree that Matt LaFleur, not to the degree that he showed with Bakhtiari or with going to London, But we can agree that Matt LaFleur showed frustration with the Jaire situation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Jason,
So,
they can
again,
still shop him, right? I mean, they could.
Oh,
his
they
agent
shop
can
him
still
to-
shop him.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, they can look. The only problem, and Rob does an awesome job. You guys know that. The only problem with that report, he did nothing wrong, but for him to have had the sourcing that he had previously, saying that it was basically a matter of when, not if, that they moved on from him and they were only keeping him because they were trying to trade him, to now this. I mean, his reporting is accurate. There's obviously been a shift after the draft in some way toward, well, maybe we can work this out, stay together for the kids one more year. But the problem with it is now the folks that really want Jaire to be here or really want the beat writers to be wrong on this, whatever group you're in the fan base, now because reconciliation has been included as a possibility, which it hadn't been before, now those folks, whether it's that for us to be wrong or for Jaire to stay or both, are getting excited and thinking, okay, that's now, they see three options, but they only see one, if that makes sense. And now they're just thinking he's going to be on the team this year. And I'm still not sure that I would put that, if you were power ranking the odds of what's going to happen, I still think I would put that 3.
My only hesitation,
after being released.
My only
and then being
hesitation,
traded.
Jason, is this is going to require a certain level of maturity and evolution from the player. Look, we've all been in situations with our spouse where you resolve a situation, you resolve it in air quotes, but you still got lingering feelings about it, right? I'm concerned that there would be lingering feelings from the player that then might creep into the season and have an adverse effect. Is that fair or unfair?
No, it's fair to Dario.
I mean, I said I wasn't mad anymore, but I really still am, so I'm keeping my distance. Again, hypothetically speaking, of course.
I was proud of that. I thought that was pretty good. Yes, you're 1,000% right, Jen. I don't know how I don't know what reconciliation looks like, right? And I think your air quotes are perfect because I feel like reconciliation comes with some air quotes. Now, again, and I know Rob's told this story, I've told this story before. Early in the season, if it was fake, and I don't think it was, but maybe it was, I've been fooled before, but he really genuinely seemed, Jaire, not Rob, to have really changed his outlook. And he used this line on both of us. Maybe the suspension was exactly what I needed. He loved the new strength and conditioning staff. He felt really good about being on the same page with the medical and the athletic training staffs. He really liked where he was at with Jeff Hafley. Like he said he really hit it off with Jeff Hafley. He loves Xavier McKinney, who, if you remember, the two of them were like sitting together in every meeting. Like the Xavier McKinney effect, in addition to him being a really, really good football player, was it appeared that it was also influencing a guy who had been something of a malcontent to become a guy that was bought in again. But then again, it's hard for me to forget, and look, I don't know what he would have said had I actually gotten to talk to him and the TV cameras not scared him off like a squirrel on my deck. But I would love to know what he would have said, because if you felt good about where you were at with the team and with how you were feeling about the coaching staff and the situation, then you do not proclaim on locker cleanout day that you guys don't want to talk to me. I don't even know if I'm going to be here next year. So something changed because of the injury and because of the way it was handled that took him from, I think that suspension might have been the best thing for me, and I'm really happy, and I've got great relationships with all the people in the building, into I don't even know if I'm going to be here next year. And how you reconcile that so then he is here, because now it is next year, I'm still not sure about that.
Jason, I saw the players were given numbers yesterday. Now, when I played in the Stone Ages, we weren't given an option. I was given 89, and Mark D'Onofrio, I don't know if you remember, was the second-round pick. He was given a weird number. He wasn't given I don't know about T-Suck. He might have, because he was a first-round pick. But how does it work now?
I didn't know that was his nickname. I'm going to be real honest.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think T-Buck knew that it was his nickname either. Sounds like the kind of nickname you give behind somebody's back. Look, there are certain players that get opportunities to choose their number. There are others that have their number issued to them. I know Brian Bulaga has told the story about him getting his number. 75 was not his first choice either. There are also the negotiations that can go on with a player with an existing number that then the first-round pick would really like. Sometimes that works out. I know Sean Clifford gave up 8 last year for Josh Jacobs, which I don't think he made any money off of that. He just did it because it was the right thing to do. But I'm still trying to figure out, and maybe I'm from the Stone Age too, although I never called T-Buck T-Suck. 22 for your wide receiver?
It's a weird number.
I'm not sure I'm on board with that. But otherwise, yeah, I think most guys get them issued. And then if there can be an issue. My favorite one was when they issued 26 in recent memory, when they issued 26 to Darnell Savage, and then and Josh is hipper on music than I, but there's a fella named 21 Savage.
21.
And so he was going to change his number to 21, and then he didn't, because he would have had to pay for all the jerseys that already had 26 on them.
Oh, that's a good little story.
I mean, he would have been a high-selling jersey. Like, people everywhere would have been buying 21 Savage jerseys, yes.
Maybe it was short-sighted by him not to make the switch. All right, Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Lots of good stuff there. Weighing in on Gabe's baby face, giving us the latest on Jaire Alexander, and, of course, Chewy's favorite topic, nicknames and numbers.
Golden might he might just be a big Doug Flutie fan. Who knows, Jason, right?
That certainly could be. Yes, indeed. All right. And Dario catching strays. All right, everybody, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde can be found on Wilde and Tausch and on a myriad of programs right here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. We will take a break. Roll on right for this. Stick around.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
All right, starting things off, make sure you have your headlights on. I know it's starting to be light out, but it's for visibility. There's a lot of rain coming down, so it's making for a nasty, nasty ride. We've got accidents in Waukesha County, eastbound 94, just past Highway 16, off on the right shoulder. We've got another one with the left lane blocked just past Blue Mound Road. Then we've also got one on westbound 94, right past Moreland Road. Left shoulder is blocked with that one. That's to go along with the other ones that we have on northbound 41, right about at Appleton Avenue. That one is off on the right shoulder. Delays involved with that one. And then the other one on 175 southbound, right at the ramp from State Street. The left lane blocked with that one. Definitely seeing delays there. Everywhere is going to be slow because of the rain, so just be extra careful and give yourself time. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. And checking the TMJ for storm.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, Chris Candy here. My mom goes out of her way to make me happy, so this year I'm returning the favor with a bouquet from the Books Company. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they grow bigger, brighter, and last way longer. It's easy. Pick your bouquet, delivery date, and done. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Books now. Go to Books.com. Use promo code Canty for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Evan Cohen here. We all know breakfast is an important part of your day, but sometimes when you're traveling for business, you end up staying at a hotel that doesn't offer any. And you know what happens? You grab a cup of coffee and skip the meal entirely. We've all been there. But if you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you can enjoy their free Bright Side breakfast featuring delicious baked goods, fruit, eggs, yogurt, and waffles. And really, who doesn't want to start their day with a fresh, hot waffle? Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at LQ.com.
Hey, Chris Candy here. My mom goes out of her way to make me happy, so this year I'm returning the favor with a bouquet from the Books Company. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they grow bigger, brighter, and last way longer. It's easy. Pick your bouquet, delivery date, and done. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Books now. Go to Books.com. Use promo code Canty for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
All power, zero compromise. Eagle cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From mowers and trimmers to blowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit EgoPowerPlus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's EgoPowerPlus.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog. The corn dog for the
pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht, let alone
God,
on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Jalen says, Gabe, this was a terrible choice for your marketing image. Meanwhile, Jeff says...
I mean, I feel like he was on brand. I shaved it for the kids.
Yeah, that tracks. Seriously, though, Gabe, you look marvelous. That from Jeff on the YouTube stream.
Steve tweeted at me, thoughts and prayers to the beard, R.I.P. I had to do a double take.
Right. I think a lot of people are. If you're tuning in and you're seeing Gabe on the YouTube stream, remember you can always stream our show on ESPN Milwaukee's page on YouTube. People are going, what? In fact, Alan says, who's the 16-year-old on your show today? Oh, thank you, Alan. I have been using a new moisturizer. Oh, you mean Gabe. Got it. And then I like this from Jamie. He says, I used to always be clean shaven when I was younger. My wife preferred it. The last 5 years, I've always had facial hair, and she complains. So for her birthday, I shaved it all off, and she hated it. Can't please everyone, it says. Linda says, beards are contour for men. Love a good beard. Throw it back, Gabe.
I mean, look, I'll grow it back as quickly as I can. Like this was a one-time shave thing, you know. Like now I just let it grow, and hopefully it gets back to something normal within a couple of weeks.
Sherry says Gabe needs his beard. I'm just reading the comments.
That's as simple as it can be put.
And then David with a throwback, a callback, if you will, saying facial nakedivity looks better on Gabe. Chewy, you remember nakedivity?
Oh, yeah. Urban Dictionary. I think it's in it.
I don't think so, since it's a word you invented. I also got a private text from our buddy out in Cleveland, our market manager out there, Tommy Olson, just thinks I look like Eric Name.
Oh. You put you and Eric Name next to each other? We couldn't tell you guys apart?
That's what he is claiming.
Frankie says, just catching up, loyal listener to the show, and holy balls. Gabe, you do look younger, though, it says.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, thank you, I guess. Thank you. If you do want to donate, because we had a lot of people donate yesterday, and we raised over $4,500 for the MAC Fund. Just text GOLF, GOLF, 800-990-3776. Because, again, like Jen mentioned earlier, today was supposed to be the day of the 100 holes. Got pushed back next week so we can still try to raise some money in the fight against childhood cancer.
How much did you guys make or earn the MAC Fund yesterday?
Yesterday, we were $4,525, which was then doubled. Because of the match we have going on with a couple $1,000s left in that match from our friends at Paintings for Pediatrics.
You know what? One thing people haven't commented on? You have a tan line on your face.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the stream.
Oh, no, I can see it.
No,
yeah.
You have a tan line on your face.
The cheeks are probably a little bit lighter color.
It contours literally down and then right across. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Not shocking based on how easy I tan, and B, how long I had beard.
I also can't tell if you have a dimple on your chin. Do you have a little dimple on your chin?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a dimple on his chin and never knew it. Had no idea.
We're learning some things about Gabe I don't know if I ever needed to know.
So many things. Dustin says, who's the pink potato on the show today?
That's mean.
And then I think I mentioned Lori said that she likes it. And then it says, it's an abomination, that from Joel on the YouTube stream. Go ahead and weigh in on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter account. We are asking you, how do you like your Gabe? This is like a steak. Rare, medium rare, well done. Beard or no beard? Go ahead and weigh in on that, as Gabe has shaved his beard to raise money for the MAC Fund.
And Joshy does have the side-by-side comparison up there with a picture from yesterday and a picture from today.
What does it mean to be a local bank? At Great Midwest Bank, it is small, but the coworkers really understand the local community because they are part of it. Every one of them actually lives here in your neighborhoods. The customers live just down the street, and that you get customized products and services that others cannot offer. So naturally, after almost 90 years, giving back is an obligation that Great Midwest Bank is proud to provide. Great Midwest Bank, simply giving, simply local. We're going to talk John Hallebertton-Giannis right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Buying and selling a home can be a stressful process. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The We Sell group at Keller Williams has a goal of making it stress-free for everyone. Their passion is people, their availability is unmatched, something I'm experiencing firsthand while I search for a lake home to enjoy Wisconsin summers even more. Rob and Nick are there every step of the way, not just for their sellers, but also to potential buyers and their agents to bring in as many strong offers as possible. Get started today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's Dame time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and H&R benefits consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
363.
What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a Bible
Eagles.
verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what
I
it
thought
says.
it was Joe 363, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
Okay, so let's talk about the latest in the John Hallebertton-Giannis confrontation. Kind of thought it was put to bed. Apparently not. So everybody saw what happened after the game. Woke up this morning hoping that maybe it had all been a dream, that the Bucks did actually not lose a game where they were leading with, what was it, a minute to play? How many seconds were left in the game when they were up by 7?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
40 seconds, 7 points.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's 35.
35 seconds.
I was
7
generous.
points. Yeah. Yeah, it was just. I don't know if you guys
Well, I
talked
didn't wanna do
yesterday.
it.
Okay, I don't know if you guys talked at all yesterday about just like the collapse, sort of the pee down the leg sort of thing, the pressure and the moment and all of that stuff. How it maybe got too big for some of the guys who were out there. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how John Halleberton, Tyrese Halliburton's dad, apparently did an interview with a local news station, giving his side of the story. I have not yet heard this, so this will be fresh reaction for the folks. Joshy, let's hear from John Halleberton.
When I turned, it might have seemed like I was looking at him, but I really wasn't. I was looking through him. That's how I was in the moment. I know it looked like we were looking, like I was staring him down, but it wasn't like that. It was in the moment, as if I was looking right through him. And yes, I had the banner in my hand going, and I was yelling, "Yay, yay, yay." Giannis never said anything to me. I never said anything to Giannis. There was no back and forth.
But that changed when Giannis went face-to-face with John near his baseline seats a few moments later.
He grabbed my hands, he put his forehead on my forehead, and he said, "Don't disrespect me. Don't effing disrespect me." Okay? And I said to him, I was not trying to disrespect you, which I wasn't. I'm telling you, I did not do that on purpose. I really did not. And then I said to him, "I love you." He said back to me, "I love you." We patted chest. He gave us a thumbs up, and he walked away.
He's a clown. I didn't believe a word he said. Your 15 minutes are over. Exit stage left.
I mean, so in order to believe that story, I have to believe that, A, you wandered out onto the floor, which, again, you're a fan wandering out on the floor, which is beyond my comprehension of how this is allowed to happen in the first place. So you wandered out onto the floor, which you're not supposed to do, and then you just stopped feet away right in front of the largest human that happens to be on that floor.
Looking through him.
And you're looking, and you're just looking through him. You're not looking off to the sideline. You're not looking at your son, who's on the opposite sideline, jumping up on the scorer's table in pure exuberation after his team won. You're not looking at your son wanting to celebrate with him. You're looking back toward your seat, and Giannis just happened to be there. That's what I have to believe in order for me to believe that story, and I just can't do that. I can't stretch the truth that far to believe that to be an actual story.
I hate it. I hate it because it felt like this had been put to bed. Giannis said his thing at the table. Hallebertton said his thing at the table, and we all knew what had occurred, which was that John Hallebertton made a bad decision. And he went out there and he taunted the losing team, the player on the losing team, which happened to be Giannis, one of the best players in the league. That's what he did. And I don't love when people can't just fess up to and say what they did. There is so much more glory and respect in being able to say, that's what I did. Yeah, I took advantage of the moment. They had just lost. There had been this thing that said that my kid was the most overrated player in the league less than a week ago. Yeah, it was all bubbling up. And in that moment, I made a poor judgment call. I made a bad decision. I have so much more respect for that reaction, that behavior, than this, which is to excuse away, to nuance away, to try to explain why everyone else misinterpreted what you were trying to do. You stood in front of him. You waved the towel. You used obscenities. I use obscenities. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but you were saying it to him. To now try to manipulate what we all saw into, it wasn't to him. I was talking to the universe.
How are
the
you looking,
universe.
If you wanted to celebrate, wouldn't you want to be closer to your fans that you're supposedly celebrating with? I mean, how do you look through Giannis? That's what I want to know as well. That is a hulk of a human being right in front of you. How are you just looking? Oh, I was looking through him. How? You Superman?
Is the league going to do anything?
I have no idea.
Are they just going to pretend like it never happened?
No idea.
It's just a bad precedent.
The thing is, it's not even, it's just remotely not even believable.
Yep.
You had to run onto the court where you don't belong, as Gabe said, stand in front of him, turn, and then hold up a banner to his face. We heard the stories about him liking attention, him making youth basketball games as a referee about himself. And this behavior and his willingness to get in front of a mic after his son told him how disappointed he was in his behavior. He then goes on the news on TMJ4 and says, that's not what happened.
I actually didn't do the thing that y'all think I did, the thing that my son has apologized for me doing, the thing that Giannis reacted to, the thing that Pat Connaughton reacted to. Why is Pat Connaughton walking his butt out there to stand between John and Giannis unless Pat interprets John's actions as taunting Giannis?
And McConnell. McConnell came flying in, and member of the Pacers, instead of celebrating with his team, he's trying to diffuse the situation.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So also, by the way, in order for his story to be accurate, he's basically calling Giannis a liar.
Yeah.
I mean, they're standing less than 5 feet apart. Less than 5 feet apart. Don't come at people with this garbage. I thought that this was resolved. I thought that everybody had said their piece and we were moving on. In fact, Giannis, in the press conference, said that he said, I love you, and he said, I love you back. And you can see Giannis saying that. You can literally see.
Up.
Yeah. You can literally see, put to bed. But now you come on and you're basically trying to gaslight everyone who watched it happen live, everyone who has seen the video, everyone who experienced it, and go, no, what you all think happened didn't actually happen. I was projecting into the universe, not to that individual. And it's just...
It's a classic pee on your leg and tell you it's raining.
The problem is I have eyes, and there's multiple video cameras of this whole... multiple video angles of this entire interaction.
Yeah.
And then when Pat Connaughton steps in between the two gentlemen, John shifts his body to the left to move around Pat Connaughton. He doesn't move from his spot, but he shifts his body so he can maintain perceived eye contact with Giannis, guys. Watch the video. Pat steps in between them, and John's body goes to the left so that he can continue, quote-unquote, not looking at, not directing it to Giannis. It's just, come on, man. Just do the thing where you say, I messed up, shouldn't have handled it that way. I let the emotions of the moment and everything get the best of me. I'll be better next time. People would be a lot better off. We'd all be a lot better off if people would just say when they did something wrong and move on. Not try to always act like, no, you got it wrong. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Much more in the second hour of the show. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
A bunch of problems out on the roads. Wet roads making for very slick conditions. We've got one crash on westbound 94, right about at Highway 83. It's a car up in the embankment. The right lane is blocked, so careful with that. Then we've got another crash on 94 westbound, just about at Highway F off on the left shoulder there. A couple of other broken down vehicles throughout the rest of the area, so just be extra careful. Very slow speeds around the area, which is probably good. You want to stay in control. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, rain likely, especially early with a high of 52. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Slight chance for a shower, a low of 43. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Breast, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Again, the good news is USA Today thinks the Packers will go 13-4 this season. I assume they believe that Jordan Love will be under center for the season, which is something that we do think is going to happen.
Oh, hi. Welcome back. How were the shows?
Great, I had fun. Where's the TV? Where's the VCR?
They were stolen.
Stolen?
The bad news is they think they will lose in the Super Bowl to Aaron Rodgers. And Joshy, with not an ounce of hyperbole, said that would be the worst day of his life.
Someone left the door open.
You left the door open?
Oh, you know, I was cooking and I came in to get the spatula.
And Joshy, I believe you were once held up at gunpoint. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure was. Yeah. That'd be a walk in the park in comparison. I've staked my whole reputation on this. I can't have him winning Super Bowls without the Packers.
I want a minute.
I left the door open because I was going to bring the spatula right back.
Wait, you left the lock open or the door open?
The door.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like
Ryan from Iguanago says, like Jen said, babyface Gabe, time for you to admit you did something wrong. Grow it back immediately.
Look, I'm trying as hard as I can. All right? Although I will not admit I did anything wrong.
No, true.
Even though I don't like the way it looks. We raised money for the MAC Fund. We did make my mother pull over, though. She was driving to Wisconsin Rapids. I did not tell her that this was happening. And she texted me, you guys were talking about it enough, where she had to pull over and pull up the YouTube feed just to see it.
Wow. Good for her for pulling over, by the way. I know some people who wouldn't have done that. I mean, they would have checked it out, but they wouldn't have pulled over. Can't think of any names, though.
Yeah, I'm blanking when, for specifics on that one, too.
Blanking on the names. Yeah. We were just talking about the Tyrese Halleberton and his dad and John Halleberton going on the local news and trying to defend and say that what y'all think you saw, you didn't see. Katie weighing in on the Carbless Talk and text line. This guy is willing to die on this immature hill in Delusion Land. I love that. Delusion Land. We should come up with a who populates Delusion Land.
Ooh. My first submission is Aaron Rodgers.
President, Vice President, Secretary of State. How many roles can that guy hold in Delusion Land?
Well, all of them in his mind.
So we got John Hallebertton and we got Aaron Rodgers so far populating Delusion Land. Let us know who else should populate Delusion Land
Jaire
in
Alexander,
sports.
when he said Romeo Dobbs needs to be triple covered.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one.
A little delusional.
So Chewy, basically anybody who gushes about the defensive line during training camp, Delusion Land.
Goody delusional?
I think there's enough nuance we can put. He just lies to us.
Well, I
He
think
says
if he
he
gives
felt fine about the wide receiver room and then added 2 top 100 picks to it and said, yeah, no.
I'll be very suspect if he gives Walker the 5th-year option. To me, that'll kind of feel like, I'm kind of telling you that my picks were really good. And I get it. I mean, defensive linemen are kind of higher up on the food chain when it comes to pay than linebackers. But
the problem is, Chew, that linebacker number's higher for Quay than it is for Devonte Wyatt.
No, I know. But I think Quay's a better player, or potentially a better player than
But it's
than
just
Wyatt
so much
is.
money. And honestly, Chew, like they just need bodies at that defensive line position. I think that goes into picking up Devonte Wyatt's option a little bit as well, because as you've pointed out, if Kenny Clark does not bounce back from probably a career worst year last year, there's a good chance that he's gone. You weren't really able to add that much in the draft, so you just need bodies there. I'm curious because they did wait until the final, I guess the penultimate day yesterday to pick that up. If your guy Harmon from Oregon was there in the first round and they draft him instead, I wonder if they pick up the Wyatt option.
Yeah, but there's still what was I just going to say? There's a new move on. Let's move on.
I got some.
There's a new standard now because we know that your pay puts you to a new standard.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't play to a $14 million player, I'm going to blast him because I don't think he's a $14 million player. Fair?
That's fair. I think that's very fair.
I got some more submissions, Chew, for Delusion Land, if you want to hear them.
Sure.
Nico Harrison.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know who that is.
That's the Mavericks general manager.
You do. Green Ranger says, don't forget about the Bears.
Very delusional.
Just as a whole.
I think that certainly could be a submission for Delusion Land. And then people were saying Jalen Ramsey, who said that he could play in the NHL after 6 months of training and learning to skate.
That's wrong.
I didn't know that he said that.
I had no idea that he said that.
It is funny that he included first I have to learn to skate, and then 6 months after that I'll be good to go.
I don't think he realizes how hard it is to skate.
It is, yes.
And then
because I
skating
love
backwards?
hockey, and I couldn't skate backwards. That was my problem.
Oh, God, I can't imagine you on skates. It's just a freight train.
Yeah, that's a long way out. Yeah,
6'9". That'd be like Chara.
Yeah.
I love Chara.
I didn't expect a Zdeno Chara shout out on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning.
But here we are.
How about WIAA?
We are going to get to that.
Well,
yes.
no, just delusional.
Oh, I thought
delusional in
I thought
general.
he was teasing ahead.
Yeah,
to the
that's
conversation
Delusion
that we're gonna
Land. Yep. Gottlieb, Delusion Land.
Oh,
that's a good one.
See, I knew once we got him going.
Yeah, once we got it
start
rolling.
spitting it out like a conveyor belt.
Dion belongs on the list.
Yeah,
Ooh,
good
in
one.
particular, after there has been some major fallout. Have you seen that Colorado players are coming forward and saying, like, we were told that there was a waiting period to have your number and name retired. We were told there's a whole committee that has to vote on having your number and name retired. And all of a sudden, Shador's got his name up on the facade of the building. Like,
all for a fifth-round pick. That's a shame.
No kidding.
Ryan from Milwaukee says Joe Barry belongs in Delusion Land.
I don't know if he's delusional. He's just bad.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Jerry Jones?
Yeah,
I think,
Jerry.
Yep. Somebody said, isn't Delusion Land just Dallas?
Yeah.
AKA Jerry.
Taking a pop at the Cowboys. Bears fans, yes, we're seeing a lot of Bears fans are delusional. It's not just the players, is what AC and Tosa says. And then Nick says Goody doesn't live in Delusion Land. He just vacations there.
Like a timeshare?
Yeah. That's fair.
Going through the talk and text line there. But yeah, keep giving us your Delusion Land. So we're talking about how John Hallebertton lives in Delusion Land. If he's going to try to convince us of what he said yesterday on local news is what happened. We all see it. We all see it, John. We know what happened. Just say, I made a mistake. I let the moment get too big for me. I let the emotions of the moment get the best of me. I handled it in a way that I shouldn't have. The end. Oh, I'm sorry. You should probably say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The end. That's it.
Christian Watson's dad.
Oh.
Chewy's so good at this game.
So good at this game. What is
I guess I could be in Delusion Land with some of my takes. You know.
What's the worst take you've had?
Okay, I take it back. I don't live in Delusion Land.
I don't think you live there. Again, maybe once in a while you drive through the neighborhood just to kind of check it out, see what's going on. But then eventually you just kind of drive away. You decide you don't want to stay there, you know?
Fair.
I have someone saying Kurt Schilling lived in Delusion Land. That's a callback.
What about Latrell Sprewell?
$21 million, can't feed my family?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a little delusional, I guess.
Keep getting us your delusional fans. That coming from our friend Katie in Milwaukee. Didn't expect to have that as a topic this morning, but we always appreciate our loyal listeners weighing in as well. Did you guys talk yesterday? We only have a few minutes here. I wasn't on the show. Did you guys talk at all about how we're feeling about the Bucks? How we're feeling
a little bit.
About the end of the game and
not the end of the game, because that really didn't really matter. Ultimately, it sucked in the moment, but it just had they won that game, you're just delaying the inevitable, right? Of all the conversation that's going to be happening over really until even if Giannis, I guess, does come up and say, nope, I'm not going anywhere. Like he's done that before, and talk surrounding him and whether or not he's going to be in Milwaukee has continued.
Were we surprised he didn't say that, though?
Look, his emotions run high, Chew, and he just didn't want to deal with anything after the game. Like, I thought he handled everything after the game the way I thought he would. That he was going to make a comment that, look, I'm just so singularly focused on this. I'm just bummed we're not going back to Milwaukee to play Game 6. I don't want to talk about anything right now because it's just going to be picked apart.
I'll even go one step further. I think he handled it the way we thought he would handle it, and I think he handled it well. I mean, my goodness, we have talked, guys, about how competitive this dude is, right? How it just runs through his veins. He wants to win. And so to lose that way with everything that happened leading up to it, you know, with the Dame injury and whatnot, like, I thought he handled it really, really, really well.
I mean, really, the only thing there are two situations that I can think of in his career that he did not handle well. That is it. One, the ladder incident.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The ladder incident.
And the ball incident.
And I thought that was still okay. While I still find it funny to this day, he probably shouldn't have tackled Mike Dunleavy Jr. into the second row.
That was sick, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, should he have done it? Probably not. But I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. But the people live in Delusion Land if they say, oh, it's 100% that he's coming back.
Oh, I think anybody who thinks they know with 100% certain on either side, Chew, I think lives in Delusion Land. I think Marcus Morris, or was it Marcus, or was it the other Morris who went on NBA TV and said, oh, no, he's going to go to Miami. Like, that's delusional, too. Like, I don't think anybody can say with any certainty what he's going to do.
Can I ask a question that we may not want to answer? At what point is it better for the Bucks to move on from Giannis in terms of winning games and building the franchise back up to be a contender? Because with the future as we look at it now and the potential end of his contract and what that's going to be like with no picks, no Dame for portion of it, a depreciating asset from both sides, at what point does push come to shove where it's better for the Bucks to trade him?
My problem with that is wherever they trade him, if they get a plethora of picks, unless the picks belong to a different team than what the one you're trading with, they're not going to be worth anything because you're not supplementing them with your own picks because the Bucks don't control any of their own picks until 2031 for another 6 years. So if you trade, let's say he gets traded to Houston, for example. That's a team I've seen thrown out there. Houston's probably going to be one of the top teams in the West. They're going to be picking anywhere from 27th to 30th in the draft and having a bunch of picks in the back end of the first round. Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing, but it's not necessarily helping the future of the franchise or helping you win directly now or in the future. So I think that's a really tough question to answer.
I don't think the average fan understands how difficult it is to do what the front office has to do. I don't think that the average fan understands all the nuance, all of the salaries and the aprons and all of that stuff, like it, and what is required in order to trade a generational player. You know, you think you do because you watched Dallas do it with Luka a few months ago, and you think like, oh, it's just you just rip the Band-Aid off. You're just going to rip the Band-Aid off. But I think it's a lot more complicated. And I also don't think that the average fan wants to imagine a world where Giannis is not on their team, because for whatever roster they put around him, he is a generational star. He is a unicorn. He is a international superstar. And I think fans take a lot of pride in him being on their team. I think they, like you walk into a store and you go, which jersey am I buying? Oh, Giannis. They like that connection to the team. They love his story. They love everything about it. And I don't think that most fans want to think about a version of the Bucks that he is not on.
But quite literally, Chewy, like we watched him grow up. Like from an 18-year-old till now, and I think that goes into it. Like there's a more emotional connection than I would say most stars have.
There's
with their
an investment. There is, colloquially an ownership, right? Like he's one of us. It feels that way.
Yeah, but it's just how far out is the plan? Because if the plan's 3 years, then you do. If it's 5, then I'm with Josh. Then you got to move on. Because it was kind of the same thing with Rodgers. Rodgers coming to the end of his career. It's like, man, our plan is 3 years, and in 3 years he's going to be crap. Not saying that Giannis is going to be crap, but is he still going to be elite in 5? You know what I'm saying? How far is the plan? How far is the plan until okay, we can make a run at it? In 3, 5? I don't know.
And also, how unhappy are we going to be if it turns into the Herb Cole Bucks, where they're good enough to be in the playoffs, not good enough to win anything, and just kind of repeating?
I mean, I don't care. They don't control their pick.
Right, but like at some point,
it's not. Like part of that was like, oh, at least get in the lottery so you have a chance. They don't control the pick. It doesn't matter.
What would that stasis do to the fans of? Yeah, we have Giannis, and yeah, he'll have some sick performances that we really get excited about.
Triple-double type of stuff.
But it doesn't do anything. It's all for naught.
That's better than trading him away, because then you won't have that player, and now you're just a bad team that doesn't control your pick.
Because it was easy, because in football, you always had something in the kitty. With Favre, you had Rodgers in the kitty, who thought they were going to be good. With Rodgers, you knew Jordan Love, he's not there eventually, but we think he may get there. You hit in the kitty. They got nothing in the kitty. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, really? He's going to take us to a championship.
No.
Really?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's the problem.
The best possible scenario I can dream out of moving Giannis is hopefully getting young players back and assets, and then hopefully hitting on one of those picks. Mm-hmm. That's like the only path that you can really make a sunny case for, which still,
but again,
I think isn't enough.
Unless that pick is somebody else's.
Right.
Like it's going to be incredibly rare to hit on that generational superstar in the late 20s.
Understood.
That's just tough to do. So I guess I'm just in the camp of I never want to see him go. Even if that means they're just kind of, because with Giannis, you're probably going to be, 6 seed, 5 seed. You'll be that good enough, but you're not going to be good enough to compete without a good enough team around you.
Excited for playing games?
Look, I can talk myself into anything, Joshy. That's what you want. Look, I mean, look at my face. Talk myself into this. You don't think I can talk myself into being excited for a playing game?
Yeah, you're Karl Anthony Towns.
I just remember the Bucks when they were irrelevant. I just remember that stretch of Bucks basketball when it was like, every once in a while you'd have a guy who would go off. You had excitement with Brandon Jennings in there. You have excitement with various players who would come and go. But in I think it was 2013, maybe when they won 15 games, like there was a stretch where the Bucks were completely irrelevant. As long as Giannis is on the roster, the Bucks feel relevant, and fans can glean that relevancy as by being Bucks fans. So again, we will continue to talk about this as the offseason goes on, but as we continue to come out of the fog of losing that game to the Pacers the other day, just want to keep seeing where everyone stands on Giannis's future in Milwaukee. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I believe we have top 8 at 8 coming up, but maybe that's only with bearded Gabe. Maybe fresh-faced Gabe.
I guess we'll find out if the list is good or bad.
Doesn't do top 8 at 8. I don't know. It's a brave new world here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, you can enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. It's located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District with deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, and nightly live music. You'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
It is a bit of a mess. Westbound 94, we've got backups with a crash at Highway 83. Car up on the embankment on the right side. That right, it's off on the right shoulder is what they're calling. It's up on the embankment. So watch out for the delays heading past that scene. We've also got one on 94 westbound at Highway F, off on the left shoulder. Another one westbound 94 just past Moreland Road, again on the left shoulder. Slow speeds everywhere else. Southbound 43 from before Silver Spring all the way down to Locust. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette up to Keefe. And northbound 4394 backed up right out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. Escape to the Knickerbocker on the lake. Enjoy stunning lake views, luxurious rooms, and exceptional dining. Experience timeless charm and modern luxury in the heart of Milwaukee. Book your stay at knickerbockeronthelake.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, rain, especially early with a high of 52. Tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance for a shower, a low of 43. Access believes every home and business should be accessible to everyone. Independence should never be out of reach. Visit allaboutaccess.com to learn more. Access, removing barriers, advancing independence. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk about Carbless and their refreshing flavors all the time. One of my favorites is watermelon. And Carbless just dropped the Watermelon Vodka Cocktail 4-pack. Perfect for chilling, grilling, or game day thrills. You know the drill. Zero sugar, unlimited flavor. Enjoy clean, crisp refreshment without the guilt. That's what Carbless does. Find the new Watermelon 4-packs wherever you get your Carbless. Crack open the taste of summer and get your bliss on.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers-Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the Crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Biz Expo is May 13th at Brookfield Conference Center. Learn from the experts at the strategy seminars and keynote presentation on resilient leadership. Connect with business leaders and customers at Biz Expo May 13th. Register at biztimes.com/bizexpo.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I am
get?
stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean, what's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I might have gotten everything wrong about the NBA playoffs yesterday, and I don't want to say I'm clairvoyant, but I'm thinking it's time for Jackson Chourio to hit a home run, and I'm going to be doing that on Wana Parlay. I downloaded the Wana Parlay app on my phone, and it has been so much fun. It's just $2 for a shot at taking home a huge cash prize. It's a blast and so simple to use, and there are new basketball, hockey, baseball, and combat sports contests every single week. And again, the best part, it is only $2 to enter a parlay into the contest. Plus, there are always free-to-play games. Here's what you should do. Download the Wana Parlay app, and if you choose to upload money, use promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. That's promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match. You must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork.
You pie.
Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken.
Show me chicken!
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
All right, Gabe, what do we got?
List of 8 things in front of me. You and Chew guess back and forth. Once you each get one incorrect, we open it up to the fans. 800-990-3776. Whoever gets the last one on the list gets an ESPN Milwaukee prize pack. I am looking for the last 8 Packers rookies to make the all-rookie team. Last 8 Packers rookies to make the all-rookie team.
Okay.
Last 8 Packers rookies to make the all-rookie team. I don't think I knew that there was an all-rookie team. So that's going to be hard.
You want me to start?
Yeah, please.
Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed did not make the all.
I was going to say, if
why don't
Jaden
you
Reed
start?
made the all-rookie team, I would have remembered Jaden Reed making the... Who picks the all-rookie team, by the way?
The Pro Football Writers of America.
Now, I don't want to give away too many hits here, but Gabe bringing up this list would make me feel like there was probably some guys on the list from last year.
Then it's the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
And it's
Linebacker.
Cooper.
Edgerrin Cooper made the all-rookie team last year as number 1 on the list.
800-990-3776. If you want to play top 8 at 8 this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, can you at least tell us how far back the list goes?
If you guess, number 7 or 8, you might be able to figure that out.
I thought Babyface Gabe would be nicer.
Chew, you get a mulligan. You have a guess?
I'll go way back. I'll go Kenny Clark.
Oh, so he's just quitting on us.
Kenny Clark not on the list.
Play
All right, I'm out.
as a rookie.
All right.
This is a tough list.
Could Quay Walker be on the list?
Quay Walker is number 3 on the list. He was on the all-rookie team in 2022.
I got to be honest with you. I have no idea beyond that. I got to be honest. 800-990-3776. Joshy, was there another one from last year?
I mean, I know the answer.
So can you say? If Gabe can't say.
Safety?
Honest Gabe over here. Hey, that works too.
Not without the beard. I feel like you need the beard.
That's crucial.
Oh, yeah, he's probably on it.
Who?
The safety.
From last year?
Well, there's no one on offense.
Okay. Then the safety from last year who was a rookie was Williams. Is Williams on the list?
Evan Williams, number 2 on the list. Made the all-rookie team last year. Javon
Why do I
Bullard
feel
also
like I
a
got
rookie, did not
3
get
of them?
You could get more if you want to keep guessing.
I think I may be done.
Crap. Okay, so reset the list just very quickly. How
Hedren
many?
Cooper, Evan Williams, Quay Walker. 1, 2, 3.
Jeez Louise. I just don't know how far back it goes. Like, I would guess, Chewy, that Jaire Alexander could be on the list, but I don't know how far back the list goes.
You know what? I think there's a guy that's on the list that didn't get the 5th-year option and went to Washington and has a weird name. And I believe you covered him at Alabama.
I don't remember.
Such a good hint. Such a good hint.
Did I really cover him at Alabama, or does he just think I covered him at Alabama?
She has no idea why you laughing was a fantastic, especially laughing like that was a good hint.
I didn't at all.
Jen, let me do it one more time.
Just hit you over the head with this one anymore.
I might ban you from the show.
I know what he's doing, okay? I figured it out because of the dramatic ha ha.
It took you long enough.
Yeah.
To be fair, the first laugh wasn't as obvious as the second laugh.
Yes, it was.
Second laugh was. If you know the answer, it was. It's got to be Clinton Dix.
Clinton Dix, number 8 on the list, made the all-rookie team in 2014.
All right, well, then Jaire has to be on the list.
Jaire is number 6 on the list, made the all-rookie team in 2018. Now we're cruising.
No, we're not.
Oh, jeez.
What? You got a mouse in your pocket there? I think I've gotten 5 of them.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be playing. I don't know why you're doing the fake.
Because he's gotten 2 wrong. We can only give him so many mulligans.
If I said 5th-year option, would that mean anything to you?
Well, we already said Quay Walker, and he obviously is somebody we have talked about for the 5th-year option. That's it. I got nothing. How many do we have?
3776. We have 5 on the list. Number 1, Hedren Cooper. Number 2, Evan Williams. 3, Quay Walker. 6, Jaire Alexander. And 8th / tied for 7th is Clinton Dix back in 2014. We are looking for the last 8 Packers to make the all-rookie team.
Let's go out to Brady in West Bend. Brady, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Darnell Savage was one, I believe.
Oh, my God. We talked about Darnell Savage earlier this morning.
Made it in 2019. He's number 5 on the list.
Oh, was that 5th-year option, Josh?
Correct.
Yeah.
One of the worst ones of all time.
Okay.
Regretted it almost immediately. Just 2
And
left on the
then-
list.
Did Elton Jenkins get picked?
Also in
for
2019,
selection?
Elton Jenkins was on the all-rookie team, leaving us just with one more all-rookie selection since 2014.
After that, I don't know.
All right, hey, you got 2. You had a good run. Just have one more on the list. It is tied for 7th, so tied with Clinton Dix, as he was selected in the 2014 all-rookie team.
800-990-3776 if you want to play top 8 at 8. Let's go out to Chef Ed, who is waiting patiently on the line. Good morning, Chef Ed. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Yeah, but before that, can I put a request in? Can I have Gabe take a Sharpie and just put a Sharpie in his face for tomorrow?
Like Uncle Leo with the, with the
eyebrows.
Demeanor?
Yeah. I think I got it. It's another great offensive lineman. I'm going to go Corey Lindsley.
Corey Lindsley was on the all-rookie team with Clinton Dix back in 2014. So those are the last 8 Packers who have made the all-rookie team.
Chef Ed is our big winner this morning on top 8 at 8. That was a good list. I got to be honest with you. I haven't thought about all-rookie team ever. Not one time ever. So
yeah, there were some shockers in there.
There was a bit of a surprise there. So So, good. We can take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. And I do want to talk, guys, when we come back about this WIAA ruling about NIL in high school. We talked about it months and months and months ago when it was first proposed. It has passed. So high schoolers in Wisconsin, starting, I believe, at the end of May, can earn NIL. We'll talk about that right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
It's Dame time. Season 4 on Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher. Explore Bucks superstar Damian Lillard's unlikely journey from a 2-star high school prospect to a top 75 player in NBA history. It's the series, which is narrated by NBA senior insider Chris Haynes, reveals exclusive details of Dame's trade to the Bucks and experience with the team. Find Behind the Bucks, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant.
Hey, trigger finger.
All right, now I'm done.
Westbound 94, right, at just about Highway 83. That is off on the right shoulder. It is a crash, and that is a car up on the embankment there. So delays heading into that area, as you might imagine. Another crash on westbound 94, just about at Moreland Road. This one is off on the left shoulder. And the rest of the system, very slow. We've got westbound 94 backing up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, back on the brakes from the zoo into Waukesha County, and then coming into the Moreland Road accident area. Northbound on 41, backing up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Hampton. Southbound slow from Good Hope Road down past Capitol Drive. We've got some delays coming off of Highway 16 onto 94 eastbound. That's also going to be kind of complicated with a broken down vehicle that's off on the right shoulder on 94 itself. Northbound 43 is heavy from the Marquette all the way up towards Keefe. The southbound side hitting the brakes around Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive to around Locust. Traffic is brought to you by Third Ward Beer Garden. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music. Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await you at Third Ward Beer Garden. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, rain, obviously, especially early with a high of 52. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for a shower, a low of 43. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the final buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
Place Midwest Pale Ale, grab some food and hang with the crew. Stick around for Under the Bridge Thursdays with live local bands, food trucks, and good vibes. Not drinking? Try Headspace Sparkling Water by Third Space, infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Catch ESPN Milwaukee live at Third Space Brewing just west of downtown Milwaukee on Friday, May 2nd.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it. He said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the two youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We talked about this, feels like a long time ago. I assume it was when it was first proposed that Wisconsin high school athletes could potentially get NIL deals. And the WIAA voted on Friday to allow those deals to happen. We are the 40th state that has accepted this. It's one of those things that in a matter of time, it was just going to happen. All of us felt we wanted to have some say in what the law looked like rather than waiting for it to maybe get passed through the legislature. So here we are now with 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds who now have the opportunity to earn, I guess, is there any cap on it? Have you guys seen a cap on how much NIL these athletes can earn in the state of Wisconsin?
I do not believe there is a cap, but there are some pretty strict rules and regulations that go along with it.
The only one I saw was that you can't do it like with your uniform on or any school affiliation. You can't tie your school to any of your social media posts or any of your endorsements.
So yes, you can't do that. You can't obviously do it, whatever NIL event or thing that you'd be doing can't be happening during the school day. So it can't pull you out of school or practice time. And apparently, people that can donate or sponsor an athlete cannot be a booster or associated with the school. So they also have that restriction placed on this as well.
Will there be a market?
I mean, maybe for some, but I think of just me growing up in Horicon. I don't think John Deere is giving, the best football player any sort of NIL deal or anything like that. There's just not enough businesses in Horicon that would be able to afford to have extra money to be able to give to a kid.
High school?
Yeah.
I'd take a free pizza a week. Yeah, sure. What do you want me to do?
Well, maybe Chewy's a good example because, Chewy, you were a badass player. Can you say that? I don't know. But you were, top-tier player in your high school.
It's typically how it works here.
Sorry. Forgiveness, not
You
permission.
apologize after?
Hey, but at least I apologize, John Hallebertton. I didn't say, no, I actually didn't say that. I said bad trash, and you heard the wrong thing. No, but Chewy, you were a top-tier athlete. You ended up playing in college and ended up playing in the pros. If somebody had approached you and said, hey, will you tell everybody to go to my pizza spot? I'll give you a free pizza a week. You would have taken that deal, right?
Oh, yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah, sure.
Now, you would have had to do some social media, which I think would have been the caveat here, but...
Yeah. But I don't understand. Why can't they wear the school's colors or...
Well, I mean, you could probably throw on, if your school's colors are orange and blue, you could probably have... But it can't have the school logo on it, like your actual uniform.
Why?
It seems like they're trying to prevent, and they said the reason you can't be a booster as well is because they're trying to prevent recruitment, which happens in high school sports.
Well, but I think that the WIAA's eligibility rules make it so students cannot transfer for better NIL opportunities.
Correct, but there's going to be workarounds. Yeah, and it's been happening for a long time. Even the smaller, less important programs, you see kids that come out of nowhere and end up being their star football, basketball, baseball, whatever player.
Well, you just think of the Johnson family literally moved from Sun Prairie to the Nicolay, or north of Milwaukee, so they could go to Nicolay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, that's how you kind of get around that. Is your family physically moves. Now you're enrolled in that school. There's not much the WIAA can do if you move your family.
Is there
Yeah,
anything
but it's
true
got
to
to be,
the-
Gabe,
Go
it's got to be so many miles, I believe. Because we ran into this at some of the schools that I coached at. It had to be 60 miles from your previous spot.
Oh, sure.
Or they had to sit out a year.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously in higher metropolitan areas like here, like
Sure.
Madison, you could go from Wanakee in Madison to Monona Grove,
Right.
and that's not far enough. Like,
Yeah.
reasonable expectation that you still should be able to go to that previous high school, but going all the way from Sun Prairie to Nicolay would have certainly been a long
Yes.
enough distance.
Okay.
Where the WIA can. I mean, I can't imagine this affects too many kids. Maybe a handful. Like, I think of when Kevon Looney was here in Milwaukee going to Hamilton, and he was clearly like McDonald's All-American type of player. And obviously there's probably businesses in Milwaukee that would want to use his NIL for whatever promoting their business. I just can't imagine with most of the state being more rural. I don't know how much that's really going to affect a lot of kids.
So what's to keep, let's say there's an offensive lineman in Oak Creek.
Yep.
Right? And he's between Michigan, Northeastern, and Wisconsin. What's to keep Wisconsin boosters from saying, hey, I got a car dealership, $10,000, wink, wink, if you come to the University of Wisconsin?
Well, that's college stuff, man. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with the WIA.
But he's saying when they're in
Yeah, but
high
it's
school.
steering your way to the University of Wisconsin.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But I mean, it's not going to bind the kid. Like, that's a huge gamble, as we've seen. I mean, who was the offensive lineman from Alabama that literally went to Iowa for
Iowa.
the spring semester and then transferred back to Alabama? Clearly picked up, who knows how much in NIL money at Iowa. Like, you're taking a big roll of the dice if you want to give $10,000 if you're a car dealership to try to steer a kid towards Wisconsin.
Well, and I always think of Quinn Ewers, who obviously left high school early to go to Ohio State so that he could take advantage of the NIL there, join the spring program. I don't think he ever took a snap in an Ohio State uniform. First opportunity he had, boop, back to Texas. And I think that was a state thing. I think it was something about there was don't quote me on this. I'd have to go back and look at all of the nuance of it. But there's some distinction of kid always wanted to go to Texas, but he could earn a chunk of money by going to Ohio for half a year, whatever it ended up being, because of some difference in each of the states' legislature. Look, the thing that keeps jumping out to me when I'm reading these articles is that they become the 40th state. Obviously, there are a boatload of other states that have jumped on board with this, including states around us, Illinois and I think Michigan and Minnesota I saw as well. Again, don't quote me, I'm throwing out there. Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois are some of the states surrounding us that have it as well. I haven't heard anything going dramatically bad. I'm sure there will be unintended consequences. There always are. But for now, it feels fairly innocuous. Am I wrong to think that? The only thing I would think that you might have happen, Chew, is once again the haves versus the have-nots. If you get a kid on your team who does end up having an NIL deal and they're making some money, does it somehow affect the team chemistry? Does it somehow affect how he is viewed, how he is seen, or she, could be a she as well, amongst their teammates, Gabe? Could you see that popping?
I doubt it, just because you're going to have kids, especially in a high school locker room, that are coming from all sorts of different economic backgrounds, right? Like, are you envious of the kid whose, dad and mom have these unbelievable jobs and they live in this big, awesome house and they spoil them versus if you're more of a blue-collar kid? Like, I don't see the money disparity the way it can affect guys in college seeping into high school locker rooms, because I think you're already dealing with some of those, socioeconomic type of stuff anyway.
Chew?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think the number's going to be so small.
Exactly.
Because how many basketball and, all major sports, I guess, how many scholarship players are there actually in the state of Wisconsin? Not a lot. So I don't see it being a problem. I really don't. I think it's good.
Yeah,
good.
I think that the number of kids that are actually going to get some sort of money for their name image, because it's high school sports. Like, how many people you knew of Con Knippel when he was playing at Wisconsin Lutheran? How many people knew what Con Knippel looked like? If somebody wanted to go, we're going to put Con's face on a billboard. And if you can't have any of the school logos, who's that white dude that's promoting, whatever, whatever the business is. I think it's just really hard at the high school level to have a lot of that stuff because they're very unrecognizable outside of what their name is.
We'll put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll. I am curious what people think about it. The WIAA has passed a rule where high schoolers can now receive NIL. It will go into effect at the end of May. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Go ahead and weigh in on that. We'll put that on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll. If you're looking for a home, you know that it can be a lot of things. Stressful, expensive, time-consuming. But looking for a home should actually be one of the most exciting chapters in your life. The We Sell Group, that's right, We Sell Group at Keller Williams knows this. Their passion is people. And now that my family and I are looking for a lake house to enjoy Wisconsin summers even more, I feel their passion, and you will too. They are knowledgeable. They are approachable. They have unprecedented availability. They tell me, you want us to go look at a house, Jen, because you don't have time for it? We'll make the trip for you. We'll FaceTime you from the home. Maybe you're looking for a lake house like us, or maybe you are buying your home for the first time, or maybe selling is on your mind. Either way, Rob and Nick are helping every step of the way. The We Sell Group selling process makes sure that the best and most competitive offers are made on your home. So get started on your stress-free journey today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers-Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the Crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, Milwaukee's medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Weekend appointments available. Call now. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at 3rd Street Market Hall, Milwaukee, Brat Stop Kenosha, Bullwinkle's Brookfield, Curly's Waterfront Pewaukee, and the new Fashion Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code Canty to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You called them a white
find someone
stiff
else.
earlier.
From one white stiff to another? I'm pretty well versed in the realm of stiffs.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee, is known for its endless ways to win. On Friday, June 27th, go ahead and mark your calendars. They are showing why that's the standard with the highly anticipated season finale blockbuster drawings. What does that mean? Well, you've got drawings from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, Boundless Bounty rolling into a drawing where $300,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs. Be there on the 27th to win your share. It is only at Potawatomi. Look, if you got questions, there is more info online. You must be 21 years old to play. Check it out at Potawatomi.com.
Metronome.
We had a lot of submissions for the Delusion Land from our loyal listener Katie this morning. She said that John Hallebertton belonged in Delusion Land, and then people said, well, what about LeVar Ball? That from Jared in Canton. The Browns and the Bears can both fight for top seeding in Delusion Land, he says. And what about Zadarius Smith? Another suggestion for
That's a good one.
Delusion Land. Captain's Chain.
The 99 chain.
Didn't he also then make a Super Bowl ring for the Detroit Lions, which
something like that.
Which he's no longer a member of, if my memory serves me correct.
That is correct. He is no longer a Detroit Lion.
The linebacker that went to San Fran that walked off the field.
Devondre Campbell.
Delusional.
Hold on, just keep doing that. John from Kenosha says Mel Kiper on 2025 quarterback prospects.
Can't come for Gabe's guy like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you slander my guy.
Chewy should have gone delusional. Jonathan in the 262 says Rob Manfred.
Again, difference between just being bad than delusional. He's just bad.
Let's see. There's some on here that I don't feel comfortable reading. Antonio Brown.
Oh.
Come on, Chewy, give me the drop.
Delusional.
Thank you. These are very good. And then, of course, we had a lot of reaction to Gabe's babyface Gabe.
73% of people prefer me with a beard, by the way, so far on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Well, at least it's not overwhelming.
73%.
Well, yeah, I mean, are we 50-50 here? No, we're 75% here because you prefer yourself with the beard. Yeah. He prefers you with the beard. Yeah. I prefer you with the beard. And Chewy's the only one who says, but Chewy, we have some folks who are asking if you don't like beards because you can't grow a beard.
No, I can grow a beard about 3 days. But Gabe's eyes look better with a beard. Obviously, his cheeks.
My eyes look better with a beard or without a beard?
Without a beard, sorry.
Okay. I think he's got beard jealousy.
The tan line's got to go a little bit. You look like one of those old cartoons with him trying to simulate scruff on a cartoon character.
Yeah, unfortunately,
not a good look.
Unfortunately, we can't fix that tan today. A little rainy back here in Milwaukee.
Have a great one, everybody. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Still wet roads around the area and a couple of accidents. On the ramp from 43 southbound to 94 westbound in the Marquette, got the right lane blocked. So that's going to add to your big delays coming in from Silver Spring all the way down to that point. We've also got a broken down vehicle on 41 northbound at Pilgrim Road. The right